You can create quizzes inside Canvas by clicking on the Quizzes link here in the menu. This will be a list of all your active quizzes. Click on Plus Quiz at the top right. Be sure to give your quiz a name, and I recommend putting the week inside the quiz name so that it's easy to find when it comes time to link. In the quiz instructions, you may not have to put anything here. When a student clicks on the link to take this quiz, there's going to be a message in the middle of the page with a button that says Start this quiz. That's generally all the instruction they need. However, if you have certain considerations like a time constraint, you can put those here in the quiz instructions. There are various quiz types that you can set. You probably want to stick with graded quiz, graded survey, or ungraded survey. You want to stay away from practice quiz probably because that does not record any of the students' responses or submissions. So graded quiz and graded survey are different in that graded quiz allows you to set a correct answer for each question. Graded survey makes it so that the questions do not have correct or incorrect answers. An ungraded survey is the same thing, except a graded survey allows you to set a due date and give points for the students who submit those. For this example, we're going to stick with graded quiz. Down here are some rather self-explanatory options. You can shuffle the answers for each question. However, stay away from answers such as all of the above or B and C are correct, because shuffle answers will shuffle all those answers around. You can set a time limit for your quiz. You can also allow multiple attempts. If you do that, you can set Canvas to keep the highest score or the latest score or the average score. You can also set how many attempts they're allowed. Or if you leave this unchecked, they can take it as many times as they'd like. You can let students see their quiz responses once after each attempt or at a specific date by choosing a date here. If you click on Show one question at a time, the students will actually get a different page for each question. If that's not a big deal to you, then all the questions will show up on one page for the student. There are certain other technology restrictions you can set, such as require an access code, which is set by you, or filter by IP addresses. You don't really need to get into those unless you're very concerned about security for an exam. And once again, you have the Assign box, which defaults to assign to everyone. Everything definitely needs a due date, and an available from date. Not everything, again, needs an available until date. Once again, available from effectively turns on access to this assignment. Available until turns off that access. Before you click on Save and Publish, scroll back up to the top of the page, and you'll see that the quiz function here is actually split into two parts. This is the quiz details that we're on, and this tab actually allows you to create the questions, and we'll do that now. Click on Plus New Question to create a new question. You can give your question a name up here. You can stick to 1, 2, 3 or A, B, C. I like Q1, but again, that's your choice. Here is where you set the type of question, which you have a ton of: multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank, fill in multiple blanks. A lot of these are pretty self-explanatory. If you've ever created a SurveyMonkey survey or a Google Forms survey, this will probably be pretty familiar to you. Generally for quizzes, I stick to multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank, or essay question. For this one, we'll just choose multiple choice, which is the cutest animal? Puppies, kittens, baby sloths. So, down here, obviously, you can see the different answers that you can potentially add to your question. You'll see that this defaults with the green arrow here as the correct answer. If you want to change that, you just mouse over the answer that you want and click on that green arrow, and that'll change that to the correct answer, which is obviously baby sloths. Otherwise, these boxes below will allow you to add comments to the student if they choose this answer. So if they get it right, You can have detailed feedback here, or you can just say, "Great job." If they get it wrong and choose kittens, you can say, "Nice try, but this is wrong." These are actually optional based on whether or not you want to give feedback based on what the student answer is. You don't have to have these in here at all. Otherwise, you'll notice here that we have a blank possible answer. This will actually give them something blank to choose in this question. So, if you have 4 possible answers and one of them is blank, click on this trash can over here to delete this possible answer. That will only give them the 3. When you're done with this question, click on Update Question. And now you have this question in your question bank. To create more, just click on plus new question. Again, give your question a name. Select the type of question that you'd want. And then click on Update Question when you're done. When you have all the questions that you want, click on Save and Publish. Now we're going to link this into Week 1. So click on Home, and then click on your Week 1 Roadmap button. Click on Edit, and then find the text that you'd like to link to. Highlight that text, and you can find quizzes over here in Quizzes. And click on the quiz that you just created. Once again, a yellow box means that the link was successful. And then click on Save. And now the quiz that you just created is linked inside the Week 1 roadmap. If I were in Student View right now, instead of Preview, it would say Start Quiz.